It's summer and all the kids are home. They have about 3 weeks before they go back to school, and though I am looking forward to that time alone where they go to school, I'm actually really sad about them leaving. I've really enjoyed them being home, even though they drive me crazy. And if you're a mom of multiples, I'm sure that you can relate. We love our kids to pieces, but sometimes we just need that break where they go to school and you have time to run errands and get things done around the house without complete chaos. Cleaning has been overwhelming, but also having a messy room is very overstimulating. I'm going to be cleaning in today's video and sharing lots of cleaning motivation with y'all, but also sharing my tips on how I'm able to manage the chaos of being a solo mama with all 4 of the kids home. Or really just how to get stuff done around your house when you're feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, and frustrated. I want you to know that you are not alone when you feel this way, so let's get through it together. One of the biggest tips that I can share with y'all is make sure you're having some quiet time at least once a day for a little while, and make sure that you are managing your time. Time management is so important. Make sure you are following a good schedule. Schedules save my life. And one of the things that we do for quiet time is we read our devotionals. The kids have kids devotionals, and I will read their passage and they will do an activity on the other page. And then I recently have started this Bible in 52 weeks devotional, and it just helps me to guide myself through the Bible. It tells me what verses to read every day, so this has really been helping me. And then on the 7th day, it just encourages you to catch up on any of the readings that you've missed, since we are all busy mamas, or we are all busy people in general with busy lives. So I love this devotional for specifically women, and I love that it's got pages where it asks you questions about your faith, and you can just write in it and answer the questions, just points to ponder. I just love this, and I will have a link down below for y'all. And if you don't want devotional time, there are many different ways that you can do quiet time. You can just have your kids sit and listen to a book, or go in their rooms and read or play quietly in their room, or have a little bit of quiet time on their tablets, or maybe you can just turn on a movie and have everybody sit down. Or what I like to do is just have the kids draw and color in their devotionals, and then we will have a little bit of tablet time so that I'm able to read and get through my devotional. So now that we've got through our morning, we're going to head outside and swim in the pool for a little while, and then I've got some major house cleaning to do. One thing about going outside with a bunch of little kids is you want to be prepared, so I just pack a bag with everything we're going to need when we go out to the pool. So if you're going to take your kids out for a walk or to go play, make sure you have everything you need so you don't risk having to run back in the house and leave them outside, especially if you have a pool. I never leave my kids unattended near the pool area, so I make sure that we bring our towels outside. I've got these mosquito repellent bracelets, our sunblock. I've got some tanning lotion. I bring a lighter out there so I can light my citronella candle. And I've also been loving this fan lately. This fan can be used in so many different ways. I can put it on my baby's stroller when we're out and about. You can wrap around the crib rails. You can pop off the top and sit it on your desk and use it as a desk fan. And it also has a built-in night light or little light on it that can be dimmable, or you can make it brighter. If it is hot in Jackson's room, I will just set it on his little toy box and face it towards his face if he is taking a nap, and it just really keeps him cool. The boys' room doesn't have a ceiling fan, so this works so good for him, and I love the night light on it for when it's dark in his room, and it's just very soothing for him. And it also has an auto head shaking motion, so it doesn't blow directly in your baby's face. You can have it go left and right. So I love the soft ring light, and it also has a built-in air purify filter, so that is really good for babies. The wind speed on this goes from 1 to 100, and I usually only use it on about 50%, and the wind is so strong. And it's also a bladeless fan, so I don't have to worry about my toddler sticking his fingers in the fan and getting his fingers hurt. It does not have any blades. It blows very safely for your baby, so you don't have to worry about anything. I am feeling very safe with using this fan unattended in my kiddo's room, and you can charge it USB. I just plug it right into my computer. And I will take this outside in our backyard when we go to the pool, so I'm going to toss it into my pool bag, and I'm just going to wrap it around the fence post when I sit there and watch the kids swim in the pool. It just keeps me cool, and also it keeps Jackson cool if he's not in the pool. We love this fan, and we highly recommend it, and I will have it linked down below in my description box. Right here, baby. Currently, while I'm doing this voiceover, it sounds like my house is falling to the ground. My kids are pulling all their toys out. They are dumping out the toy box. They are stomping up and down the hallway. They are just living their childhood, living their best life. But at the same time, as an adult and as a mother, you can just feel frustrated and stressed out with all the noise. And like right now, I need it to be quiet so I can do this voiceover. But I know that my kids are just playing and they're just having fun, and it's just innocent, and there's no need to be mad at them. So I have to remind myself that I have to take time to relax and not be so stressed out, and to breathe, just close my eyes and take a few deep breaths, and remember that these years are short. And I read something the other day that really spoke to me, and it said that you're going to know your kids more during their adult life than you will during their childhood. You only get to know them for a short time while they're kids, and mostly you will know your kids as adults, and that just really makes me want to soak it all in. So a big tip for y'all is to make sure y'all are soaking in your kids' childhood. Remember to breathe, remember to relax, and remember to enjoy life. Back to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving y'all some cleaning motivation, but I'm going to be kind of focusing on those mamas who are feeling really overwhelmed with it being summer break. If you've got multiple kiddos like I do, I've got 4 kids, and it can feel very overwhelming and very overstimulating, and the house gets a wreck so quick, and I feel like I can never keep up with it. I've learned that 1 kid is easy, and then 6 years later when I had my second baby, it got a little harder, but it was very manageable. I had a 10-month-old baby when I was pregnant with my 3rd baby, so I feel like my 3rd baby was my hardest baby, and when I got pregnant with Jackson, my 4th baby, my 3rd baby was 2 years old. So I had 4 kids, and ever since I became a mom of 4, life has been so chaotic, but I wouldn't change a thing for the world. It's definitely hard to manage sometimes, and I feel like I'm drowning in all of the chores and trying to balance spending time with my kids and learning when you need to just leave the mess and go have fun, and also learning when you really need to focus more on the house and not so much fun. Because if you just focus on fun and your kids and you're never cleaning your house, you are going to have a disaster. It's going to be stressful when it's mealtime and you don't have any clean forks. So anyways, I'm going to be sharing a few of my tips on how I stay calm and collected. Sometimes I have meltdowns moms, I'm human. Sometimes I have mom guilt. I feel so overwhelmed with everything, but we're gonna get through it today. So if you're feeling that way, let's get through it together. And I'm just gonna be sharing my tips and my tricks with things that I do to stay calm when you are trying to manage your house and your kids, especially when you're solo. Dress comfortable. If you're already feeling some type of way, girl, you need to be comfortable. You need to not worry about that makeup. You need to put your hair in a comfortable way, especially with me because I have long hair. So I just pulled my hair like halfway up so it's not constantly falling down into my face every time I bend over. I'm just wearing this comfortable t-shirt and a sports bra and some comfy shorts, and I've got my house shoes, so I'm dressed very comfortably to get some stuff done today. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. One thing I can recommend is to diffuse some relaxing essential oils, specifically some that are non-toxic, and I'll pop up here on the screen some scents that are really good for relaxing and for calming your mind. Also, when I'm cleaning, I like to turn on music. So I recently got this radio from Amazon on my desk, and when I'm cleaning around the house, I just turn it up really loud so I can hear it from the kitchen or the laundry room or the kids' bathroom, wherever I'm at. I just turn it up and I jam out, and the kids really love it too. They think we're having a dance party and they'll dance and they just have so much fun with it. But I love this little Philips radio. I can link it below for y'all if you're interested, but I feel like it's a really good size. It's not too big and bulky and loud as in like an eyesore or just something huge in the corner. It's actually a really small radio, but the sound quality and everything is so good. And I'm also going to be changing out my lamps. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I just feel like a big statement lamp on these nightstands is what my room needs. I'm also really over the green throw pillows on my bed. I will purchase throw pillows off of Amazon and just switch out my throw pillows instead of buying new pillows and having to store 50-11 pillows. I'll just go onto Amazon and just buy pillow covers and change them out. But I love these lamps. They're from Target and they were $60 a piece, but this is something that I've been wanting to do for over a year. I'm really over the little skinny lamps I had on the table, and I just feel like these fill up the table so much better. We don't really use our nightstands for anything other than to maybe put a bottle of water on and to charge our phones on, so we don't need a ton of space on our nightstands available. But I love these lamps, and they are dimmable. I have it dimmed here and it goes from really dim to bright. So at night whenever I go lay down, I like to dim the lamp, and it's just the perfect amount of light when you're trying to just lay there and relax. And then once I'm sleepy enough, I'll turn it off and go to sleep. So I'm gonna go ahead and vacuum the floor and get my room dusted. We're gonna clean the mirror and just get my room back to square one. It feels so good to have a fresh, clean room, and I've been trying to make my bed up every single day, but those green pillows have just really been bothering me. I loved them when summer came around and I was trying to go for all the bright colors, but I don't even have the sheets on my bed that go to those green pillows, and they're just really bothering me. So I'm very excited to decorate for fall very soon. I cannot believe that fall is just around the corner. Fall, as y'all know, my regulars, y'all know, fall is my favorite season. I love it. I love all things pumpkin. Let me know if y'all are excited for fall, if you're looking forward to all the fall decor, or if you are just wanting summer to live forever and stay here. I do, however, love summer when we are outside at the pool. It's so relaxing and so fun, but I really love all things fall and going to the pumpkin patch and carving pumpkins, and just all the decor is so cozy. I wanted to share a few more tips on cleaning when you're feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated. So you need to start small. Break up your task list into smaller, more manageable pieces and try to complete at least one thing each day if you can't get it all done in a whole day. You could also create a weekly schedule with a set chore for each day. So maybe on Mondays you can focus on cleaning the bathrooms. Maybe on Tuesday you can focus on your kids' rooms. Maybe on Wednesday you can focus on your room. And we all know that the kitchen is a daily task in itself. There's always dishes, there's always crumbs on the floor. So the kitchen is just a given that it's going to be every single day. Another tip is I use a calming roll-on essential oil blend. And this one is called Chill Pill, and I can link it below for y'all, but I just put it on my temples, on my wrists, and my inner arms, and it just kind of helps me to stay calm. You also need to choose a place to start. So you're going to pick somewhere to begin cleaning and focus on that area rather than sporadically going all through your house doing a million things at once. So if the first thing you want to do is go around the house and collect any trash, maybe there's candy wrappers on the floor or cups around, just go around and collect all the trash to be thrown away. Next, you're going to go around and maybe just pick up all the toys. So I'm going to go around and pick all the toys up and put them in the toy baskets in the living room. And we need to prioritize and figure out what needs to be done and what's most important. So if you're having company come over, so what if there's toys on the floor? They know that you have kids in your house. Kids live in your house. There's going to be toys. And that is definitely something that I had to personally teach myself, is that when somebody comes to my house and there's toys all over the floor, y'all, at least my house is clean. I've cleaned the bathroom and I've done the dishes, so my house looks clean even though there's toys everywhere. There's a difference in a messy house and a dirty house, and that is a big difference when it comes to the way you look at your house. And remember that it is okay to take a break. If possible, remove yourself from the situation and try to calm down. You can try taking some deep breaths, shutting your eyes, or doing something else for a few minutes. If you're feeling extremely frustrated or overwhelmed, you need to sit down and take a break for a moment. For an example, there has been times where I had just cleaned the kitchen and the dining room and it was sparkling clean, and next thing I know, my kids had pulled out some Play-Doh and some markers, and they've gotten some marker on the table and there was Play-Doh everywhere, and I just had to breathe and remind myself that it's okay. It's just a mess and messes can be cleaned. Kids live here. Kids are going to make messes. We can just clean it again. There's been a times where I had just cleaned the boys' room. I had just made their beds, and then my toddler went in there and he threw all the blankets in the floor and dumped out the toy box immediately after. And at this point I'm thinking, what's the point? What is the point in cleaning? Then I remind myself there is a point. And the point is because if you don't clean it at all, then it's going to be a mess on top of a mess. You're going to have a messy room, and then it's going to get worse and worse and worse with the more and more toys that they pull out. And it's just not a good situation when it gets worse. So I would rather just clean it and let them start with a clean slate, making their mess again, and we can just all clean it later. And I also have them pitch in. Definitely let your kids help you clean up their messes that they make, so it can teach them responsibility and let them know that it's not fun when mama has to clean up the big messes they make. So maybe they'll be more responsible when it comes to playing with Play-Doh and playing with their toys. Maybe they'll be a little bit more careful or considerate with how big the messes get. And I know that this works firsthand, because if you just let your kids run all over you and dump all the toys out and you're behind them cleaning all those toys up and cleaning their huge messes all day long without making them take responsibility for it, then they're never going to understand how to take responsibility and take action. So definitely make your little ones clean up their messes. If you're unsure of exactly what overstimulation is, girl, let me help you out here. If you think you may be overstimulated, it is known as a sensory overload. It's when your senses are overwhelmed with information and your brain can't handle everything you're asking it to do. It can feel like you have too many tabs open on your mental browser. Overstimulation can range from mild to severe depending on the person, the length of exposure, and the type of exposure. Remember that you don't have to be the Pinterest mom who brings out all the art supplies and sensory play setups. If the mess leaves you feeling completely depleted or you're not enjoying your time with your kids in these moments, then it's okay to skip it. You can find other ways to play with your children, other things to do, other activities, or set up a more structured playtime when it comes to Play-Doh and arts and crafts and paint. Maybe just use like one paint color at a time, or maybe only 2 Play-Doh colors at a time, whatever you can handle. And who can agree with me that lighting a candle in the kitchen just sets the cleaning mood? Once that candle is lit in my kitchen, I know it is about to go down. I like to light my candle once I have my stove and that area cleaned off. So while I'm cleaning the rest of my kitchen, somehow that candle just motivates me to keep going, because usually you light a candle when your house is clean and you want your house to smell good. It's just something about a candle, or even lighting your diffuser in your kitchen will help.
So sick of love. So sick of love. I'm tired of always see the better in people or the things that matter, but I never could have thought the dagger in my bag, it was you. In the echoes of your lies, dear, can you hear me harmonize every word that comes out? It almost got the best of me, but now I've gotten so sick of love. So sick of love. So sick of I'd rather be naive and bitter, decorate my lows in glitter. Karma hits you like the mirror. You're too late now. In the echoes of your lies, dear, can you hear me harmonize every word that comes out? It almost got the best of me, but now I've gotten so sick of love. So sick of love. So sick of love. So sick of but now I've gotten so sick of love. So sick of love. So sick of love. So sick of
The biggest thing that overwhelms me is the visual clutter. So when I have toys all over the floor, when there's clutter all over the counters, when there's art supplies all over the table, when there is crumbs covering the floor drug in from outside, the beds are not made, there's stuff piled up everywhere. That visual clutter is what mostly makes me start feeling overwhelmed. So once I get my surfaces cleaned off, like my countertops and the coffee table and any end tables and nightstands. Once I get that visual clutter off of the top surfaces, I already start to feel better. So I do like to go ahead and start with the surfaces, like my counters and my dishes, the kitchen table, my coffee table, all that. And then I like to move to the floor after I've gotten the top surfaces done. And if you have a lot of stuff in your floor and it's very overwhelming, just sit down and start making piles. Make a pile of books, a pile of socks, because girl, you know we got some socks laying around the house. My kids always have socks laying everywhere. In every nook and cranny in my house, there is a sock. And then I'll make a pile of trash, or just all your piles. Just sit there and make all your little piles around you, and when you're done, you can take a basket or a box or whatever you want to use to put the stuff in, to take it to go put it up where it goes. And that helps me tremendously. I usually end up having to do this in my living room when my kids bring out a ton of toys, or in their bedrooms when I'm trying to organize everything. And this just helps me so much. Sometimes I have to do this in the kitchen too, because there'll be art supplies mixed in with toys, mixed in with socks, and it just gets a hot mess. So I definitely recommend making piles when you are feeling the most overwhelmed. Running low on my all-purpose cleaner this day, so I'm going to take some Fabuloso. I'm going to fill a spray bottle up with water and put about 3 to 4 capfuls of the Fabuloso in it and shake it up, and it makes the perfect all-purpose cleaner for cleaning your surfaces. And that is a really good tip for if you are running low or you run out of your cleaner and you've got a mess in your house. You can just grab some Fabuloso and make your own solution with some water or some pine salt, or just use some water and white vinegar. That works good too. There are different things you can use other than just your already put together store-bought cleaner. I like to use the Mrs. Meyer's because it's supposed to be non-toxic, but somebody told me it still is toxic, but I feel like it's better than regular harsh chemicals. So I like to use the Mrs. Meyer's on the kitchen table, on the counters, and the high chair, and it's just my preference. But once I run out, I will throw in some pine salt or Fabuloso or some white vinegar. And also to your white vinegar, you can drop in a few essential oils to help with the smell. I can't stand the smell of vinegar at all. I can't stand it when my husband eats vinegar on his fish. I just cannot stand the smell of it. So the essential oils will help with the smell. About once a week, I will use my O-Cedar mop because it really gets the job done, but it's also really extra. And a lot of times I just like to pop out my Swiffer and go over the floors. And I will use the Swiffer about once or twice a day just to maintain the floors, especially around the kitchen table. mop my hardwood floors very often. I just do that maybe a couple times a month, if that, and I never saturate my wood because I don't want to damage the floors. So my next tip is to start that laundry while you're cleaning, so your laundry is getting clean while you're cleaning, and I feel very productive, like I'm doing two things at once. So the first thing I like to do in the morning before I do any cleaning is go ahead and start that laundry. I had already washed a load of towels that morning, and then I'd washed my girls' clothes as well. I'm going to go ahead and put my boys' beds back together. I washed their sheets that morning as well, and we're just going to tidy up their room before we start some dinner. Y'all, easy dinners are my thing. I do not like to stand in the kitchen for hours preparing dinner. I like to throw something together and get it done, but I also like it to taste good. So if you're anything like me, then I do share lots of recipes that are just quick and easy. Some of them are not my favorite, but they're good. Some of them are so delicious, and this is one that is really delicious. For this recipe, you're gonna need some ground Italian sausage, you're gonna need a chopped onion, you're gonna need diced potatoes, about 2 tablespoons of flour, a little bit of salt and pepper, about a cup of milk, and some parsley. And I will have the way I make this down below in my description box so y'all can screenshot it and try it out, but you probably have most of these ingredients in your house already, so this is something really easy to throw together. I'm just gonna fry my sausage and onion until brown. I'm gonna add just enough water to cover the sausage and then simmer for 10 minutes. Do not drain. While the sausage is cooking, dice the potatoes. Once the sausage is cooked, you're gonna add the potatoes, the salt and pepper to the meat. Cover and simmer until the potatoes are tender, about 10 minutes. I just set a timer on my stove. And then while the potatoes are cooking, you're gonna whisk the milk and the flour together until smooth. And I just go ahead and add in the seasonings and everything and just mix it all together. And then you're gonna add it to the sausage and potato mixture and cook on low to medium heat just until it's thick, and occasionally stir it. And when it's all done, I am gonna top it with some cheddar cheese, and it is seriously so good. I will have it down below if y'all wanna try it out, but it is delicious. And of course, we're gonna make some sweet tea to go with our dinner. I love an iced glass of sweet tea to go along with dinner every night. It is my go-to and so good. So sometimes overwhelm comes from the perceived pressure that you must have a completely clean and sparkling home all the time, but messes happen and there's no reason to apologize when life gets in the way of a spotless bathroom mirror or a tidy dining room table. But thank y'all so much for watching today's video. I really hope I was able to help you, to encourage you. If you are home with your kids and you're just feeling overstimulated or overwhelmed, try this dinner. It's really easy. It's really good. And I just really hope that this video helped somebody and reached the right person. Love y'all so much. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in my next one.